As you may know, I was scheduled to debate one of the smartest atheists on the planet, the atheist formerly known as Cosmic Skeptic, Alex O'Connor, Great Britain's AOC.
So there have been a serious and also at the same time an interesting back and forth and also insults on the person of Alex O'Connor in the past few days. Christians are not really happy with him. They've been dragging him on X and, calling him out for his cowardice. David Wood, on the other hand, also have been dragging Alex O'Connor. And you may wonder what the reason is. Allow me to take you back to the genesis of this whole thing, to the very beginning. So in the beginning, James, in charge of Modern Day Debate, announced the upcoming debate between David Wood and Alex O'Connor.
Newark, New Jersey is where our next debate conference, DebateCon 5, is happening, starting Alex O'Connor against David Wood.
Debating on the issue of the deity of Jesus Christ, if Jesus is God or he is not. And back then it wasn't really a thing because we know Alex O'Connor has had debate with top-notch Christians and it's something normal. So he having a debate with Wood is just another debate as much as he's had with others. However, the whole thing changed when Alex O'Connor 2 weeks ago had a debate with 25 Christians. This ratio 1:25 is an embarrassment on itself. I as a Muslim felt it. How would this even be possible that an atheist would debate 25 Christians all at once? This is nothing in fact compared to what followed up. Alex O'Connor grilled these Christians that they couldn't even stand on their feet to defend what they believe. They couldn't even talk for a minute without contradicting themselves.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Learning more about our God, that knowing what happened in the Old Testament, he needed to have a representative to humble himself during these trials of the early beginnings of the Old Testament.
For the sake of time, I really need Jesus claiming to be God.
So my point is that he sent Jesus to be that human figure to represent God so he could humble himself in his own creation.
So where does Jesus say that I'm that person? I'm God.
When he claims to say, I am the light, I am the way, follow me, I am your God.
Where Jesus says, I am your God.
I am the light. I feel like
So he says that, but you just said, I am your God. I don't think Jesus says that.
my apologies on misrepresenting the whole entirely of the words in that verse, but he's still claiming that he is the light that has that connection to that higher God.
Absolutely.
And I feel like with that
Connection to that higher God.
yes, that he is in that physical form. I also want to say with the Virgin Mary, he has no father, and an angel blessed him with what he was saying
According
earlier.
to two mythical birth narratives.
Yes.
Which, by the way, the Gospels
I
don't
wanna
seem to
ask
have any
how
knowledge of. Well, hold on, with the virgin birthing that's come up twice now. At one point, Jesus' family, in Mark's Gospel, Jesus' family come up to him and say that they think he lost his mind, which is a very strange thing for his family to say if
For
there
the
was a
sake
virgin
of
birth that
time
was known about.
and for the sake of flags, I just want to emphasize that Jesus is that human God form, that he needed to humble himself so he could truly understand how humans work in
I
his
just
own
want to know
creation.
how you know that was Jesus.
I want to emphasize that as well, just by the very teachings that he said and how
All right,
his
pause. You've been voted out. Please return to your
Thanks.
seat.
This is not me insulting Christianity, but if you watch the video, you would understand that these guys really did a very bad job. It made Christianity look as if it's just a 2-day-old man-made religion. And, this religion cannot stand scrutiny. We know, of course, it can't stand any scrutiny. So Christians looked back and realized that Drywood was supposed to have a debate with Alex O'Connor. If that is the case, then there's an opportunity to save the face of Christianity and in fact Christians as a whole. So many of them were looking forward to the debate, and in fact some of them said they were going to travel and watch the debate in person. However, Alex O'Connor withdrew from the debate just days after the debate he had with over 25 Christians. Modern Day Debate posted and said, "Dear all, due to concerns of Islamic extremism potentially threatening the safety of our upcoming DebateCon 5 conference, Alex O'Connor has decided not to attend. And after careful consideration, I have decided that DebateCon 5 will go ahead as planned. Islamic extremists will not stop this event from happening." It's funny because when you look at the debate itself, there's nothing there that would make some individuals, threaten the debate from holding or stopping the debate from holding. It's funny how this guy comes to this conclusion. However, I would see responses from Christians and would get to understand a bit why this doesn't really make sense. So he continued, "We will have armed security on the premises at all times." In other words, there will be armed security, so there's no fear or whatsoever. They will not hesitate to swiftly handle any potential threat. And again, before we continue, I would like to note this. he said after carefully consideration, in other words, after analyzing the situation, he understands that this isn't a threat. Because if it was an actual threat, I'm pretty sure James would not continue this debate on 5. But he understands that this is just people talking. He decided to continue the event, but then with some armed security around. Now the big deal is, what was the response of Christians? Remember, Alex O'Connor had debate with 25 Christians. They've been embarrassed, and then they were hoping that David would pay back. It's time for payback. It's time to put Christianity on track. So now, what is the reactions of Christians? This one said, debating Wood and believing that the Muslims will target you in absolutely any way, shape or form is absolutely hilarious. Totally coward. Okay, so it's funny how you're debating a Christian, you're talking about the divinity of Jesus. In fact, if there's anything that this debate would do, is favor the Muslims. So is this really the reason why Alex O'Connor is not coming? We'll get to understand later, inshallah. So this one said, at first I wanted to be charitable toward Alex, but it's starting to just look like cowardice. He wasn't even debating a Muslim. So why would Alex not want to come? There's a reason. Are they hiding something? Is James, the man behind modern day debate, hiding something? Again, this guy said, cowardly? Yeah, I think so. If just for the fact that this is obviously not going to happen, Alex is supposedly a smart guy. He can't run the odds. When is the last time there was a terrorist attack in NG, if I'm correct, New Jersey? What kind of capable Islamist is getting through armed security? So these are questions we should be asking. And again, these are Christians asking these questions, not even Muslims. And the reason is they want to pay back. They want David Wood to roast Alex O'Connor for roasting 25 Christians trying to debate Alex O'Connor for the religion Christianity and for the deity of Jesus. This is all they wanted. And he continued, he said, what are the odds that he himself would be a target? Do you know who's last on an Islamist list to torture and to unalive? An atheist who criticized Christianity? Also, why didn't he just live stream? Again, what I said, why can't he live stream if truly he was scared of coming? Or if truly he thinks he's a target? None of this makes any sense. In other words, none of what this man is saying, modern day debate, makes sense. And in fact, you'd see David Wood say in his video that this is what Muslims would want. An atheist arguing against the divinity of Jesus. This is what Muslims want.
On the other hand, agreeing to do a debate and then backing out 2 weeks before the debate is pretty messed up, especially when there's a ton of security and you're not the one being threatened. Not only was Alex not being threatened, he would have been the hero of Islamists everywhere for doing this debate. He would have been attacking the divine nature of Jesus. Think about it. What do Islamists want atheists to do? They want atheists to attack Christianity for them. Islamists understand that Christianity is the only thing standing in their way in the West, which they've been trying to conquer for 14 centuries.
Well, that's funny to me. That's funny.
So what is the possible reason for Alex not choosing to come? From my research, I think Alex O'Connor discovered that David Wood is not the type of person one should debate. He's mentally unstable, and this is not coming from me. It is something that David Wood has said himself.
I'm a diagnosed psychopath. I'm not normal.
He's mentally unstable, and this person can resort to violence. For example, we've seen David Wood rape the Quran for no just reason. We've seen David Wood attack Islam, insult the Muslims, insult Allah, insult the Prophet ﷺ for no just reason. Alex O'Connor is a smart guy, and he knows he cannot debate people like this. It would be foolish for him to debate people like this. There's a reason why he debated Cliff. You would never see Cliff insult Muslims. You would never see Cliff insult well, I've not seen any video of Cliff insulting the Prophet ﷺ and calling him names. But then you can argue that, okay, you don't believe the Quran is from God. These are the reasons. Then we clarify. But for you to say Allah is this, Allah is the Prophet ﷺ is this, you are crossing the red lines. So you'd see that Alex has chosen to debate people that have brains, not people that can easily be emotionally taken. For example, David Wood was praising this guy just a few weeks ago, and now he's bashing him for stepping down from the debate for no just reason. But until Alex O'Connor comes out and say the reasons why, it is obvious that he doesn't want to debate Drywood because you cannot predict this man. This man is someone that can lose his mind at any given time. So why debate someone like that when I can debate other knowledgeable Christians? James White is there, Cliff is there. He's had so many discussions with Cliff, and it was a discussion that went well. So really, it is interesting seeing all these things unfold. But then it is still an own goal to Christianity. Imagine debating 25 Muslims, subhanallah. I can't handle this, subhanallah. So it's an own goal for Christianity. Even if he steps down, he can still debate online, but then he's choosing not to do that. It means it is not because Islamists threaten the occasion, but because of the person he is debating. He's someone that is unpredictable. He's someone that can lose his mind at any given point. He's someone that can resort to insult for no just reason. And this is what I think. So tell me in the comment section what you think. I remain your brother Abdul. Catch you in the next one.